Knicks family, what's poppin'? It's your boy, and I'm back. It's been a minute. Feels like it's been a minute. Had a crazy week. Some rumors out there about the Knicks and some other people. But we're gonna talk about it a little bit. So let's get popping with this, my people. What's up, people? My family, my New York Knicks family, what's popping, man? It's been a minute. I missed y'all. You know what I mean? I wanted to get on Sunday, but it was just impossible. It was just impossible. You know what I mean? We had a crazy party. Not crazy party, but a nice party for my daughter. It was good. A lot of people turned out, and we just had a good time. You know what I mean? We just had a good time. It was all love. It was a beautiful party. My daughter, she really enjoyed it. We had about 100 people here. Um, Music bumping. We stayed out. Kept it going late. Had the fire going. It was cool. You know what I mean? It was real cool. So I'm glad. I'm glad you said low volume. Hopefully it's right. You said my mic is low. See if I can get that turned up a little bit. See what's going on with it. Shouldn't be low. I'm gonna see if I can get it turned up. That any better for you? Is that any better for you? There we go. There we go. That's got to be better. All right. I think I got it going now. Got the mic going. Got the mic going. Yeah. RIP X. I see that. RIP X. All right. So let me get back to it now that I got the mic back. Had a good weekend with my daughter's birthday party. It was nice. You know what I mean? We had it going on. We had it going on Sunday night. It was a nice Father's Day. My daughter, she's born close to Father's Day, so it's always a blessing to have a birthday party or birthday gifts or whatever we do on Father's Day. You know what I mean? It's always a blessing. So it was a good day. Good day. And then I got up early this morning, 7 o'clock this morning. For some of you, that might be late. For me, that's early. Got up 7 o'clock this morning to do a basketball camp, free basketball camp that with my AAU team we do out in the community in a few neighborhoods. So that was fun. You know what I mean? So it's been a busy week, but I love it. I gotta stay busy. I love it. You know what I mean? I just gotta stay busy. I can't help it. It's been times. I appreciate that, Lee. I appreciate that for real. And happy Father's Day to all the fathers that's in the chat. Happy belated Father's Day to all the fathers in the chat. It's nothing like the children, right? Nothing like it. Shout out to Kareem Adolphus. I hope I said your name correctly. He said, "Hey, Simeon, love the show. I appreciate it, and I love getting on and spending time with you guys. You know what I mean? And talking New York Knicks. Always do. It's always love. You know what I mean? The Nas album. I see some people asking about the Nas album. I do. I love the Nas album. Now, I'm not gonna front though. There's at least 2 songs that I think could have been better. At least two. Simple Things. I think that song could have been better. I like it. I like it. But I thought Nas flowed a little bit lazy on that track. You know what I mean? I thought he flowed a little bit lazy on Simple Things. Lazier than I'm used to Nas, right? I'm used to Nas attacking the mic. Sometimes he does got a little bit of a lazy flow every once in a while, but on Simple Things, I thought it was a little bit lazy and a little bit sloppy on Simple Things. And then White Label, I like it. I thought there was too much going on behind Nas. Like, Nas can rhyme, you know what I mean? And Nas can flow. And Nas definitely's got bars. So you don't need to you don't have to make up for Nas by adding all this stuff behind him. In my opinion, I thought on White Label there was just too much going on behind Nas. You know what I mean? It still is a dope track. You know, it's a good song. But there was just too much going behind it. But the other 5 tracks I think is fire. You know what I mean? I think the other 5 tracks is fire. CP the artist, I disagree with you, man. He said Nas has 2 good albums every 10 years. I disagree. I fully disagree. I think the thing that hurts Nas is everybody goes back to wanting him to be the Illmatic Nas, and there's no way that's gonna happen. He was fresh off the block. You know what I'm saying? When you talk about Illmatic Nas, he was fresh off the block. You're never gonna get that rawness. Once you start making money, that rawness will not come back. I don't care what you do, you cannot regenerate that raw feeling. Right? That's what was so authentic about Illmatic, right? Illmatic was just it was just straight raw from from a kid who probably thought he was gonna get in the game, drop an album, and then be out. You know what I mean? So it was like, yo, I'm gonna give my life up until now, and he was raw from the block, so that's all he had to give. He can't regenerate that because he's not from there anymore. So I think it's unfair for people to compare anything to Illmatic, because he's never gonna recapture that. You know what I mean? I just don't think he can. But Not For Radio, that's my joint. CP the artist, I agree, definitely. Life Is Good was a classic. I love that album. Love that CD. I love that album. Not For Radio, that's tough. I like every what is it? Everything, whatever it is. I love that track. The Slick Rick track, Cop Shot the Kid. Maybe they could have went a little bit easy with the Slick Rick sample in the background, but I understand it on a different level. With Cop Shot the Kid, it keeps happening over and over and over again, right? No matter what happens, how much we cry about it, how much we uprise and march, it continues to happen and happen and happen. So it makes sense that sample would go over and over and over and over again. So I get it on that level, which makes me really, really enjoy the song. Bonjour, that's just my joint. I love it. I would have loved to see AZ with him on Bonjour. I think that would have been the perfect track. With AZ, if they do a remix, put AZ on it. You do a remix of Bonjour, put AZ on it. You got to. And then Adam and Eve, I think that's a classic joint right there. I love it. I would like to see a remix with Raekwon on Adam and Eve. Do a remix, throw Raekwon on Adam and Eve. Do a remix of Bonjour, put AZ on it. That's a classic hit. That's some classic hip hop stuff right there, with them two on there. You know what I mean? But overall, I really do like the album, and the more and more I listen to it, the better and better it sounds. Also, the more and more I listen to it, the more and more I hear that Simple Things, I think his flow was lazy, and he could have did a lot better on Simple Things. But it happens, right? You know what I'm saying? It happens, and with Nas, people always expect greatness. No matter what it is, people expect greatness, and that's a hell of a lot to live up to. You know what I mean? Hell of a lot to live up to. But hey, I'm glad he put the album out. I'm glad to hear from Nas. I would like to see Nas drop another album soon. You know what I'm saying? I got you, Jay. We're gonna talk Knicks. I promise you. You know what I'm saying? I would like to see Nas drop another album soon. Them 7 tracks wasn't enough for me. You know what I mean? As far as the Jay album, I just haven't had a chance to listen to the Carters yet. Everything Is Love. I haven't had a chance to listen to it yet, but I'm gonna definitely listen to it. But I see a lot of people want to talk Knicks. We're gonna get to New York Knicks. You know, I don't mean to bore you with the Jay and Nas talk or the Nas and Jay talk. You know what I mean? Just, you know, obviously you see the Illmatic in the background. I'm a big Nas fan. I'm just a big hip hop fan. Just a big hip hop fan. And I'm actually gonna start a channel just talking about hip hop music. We'll talk about that. But let's get to the New York Knicks before I start to lose some people here, and I don't want to lose nobody. All right, so we're going to talk about these New York Knicks. Are the Knicks serious about Kevin Knox? You know, I'm reading reports about the Knicks and Kevin Knox, and that the Knicks really, really like this kid. You know what I mean? That the Knicks really, really like him. That they feel that they're serious and they're high on him. What do you guys feel about it? How do you guys feel about Kevin Knox? Now, we know in his camp, John Calipari, no one has hit. It's not a secret. It's not a secret at all that Kevin Knox is going to be a work in progress, right? He's going to be a work in progress. That's not a secret. He's going to, it's going to take some time for him to develop. You know what I mean? I think we have the time. Some other people do not believe that we have time. I tend to disagree. I think that we definitely have time. You know, you figure KP is hurt. It's going to be out for a while. Okay, KP is going to be out for a while. Probably until December. And then when he does get back, it's not going to be like he just jumps in, boom, just like that, right? He's going to. You're looking at least a year, before KP is back fully healthy. In my opinion, you know what I mean. At least a season. Let me say that. At least a season before KP is back fully healthy. Does that give us enough time with Kevin Knox to develop him and get Kevin Knox ready to rock? I would think that, I'm not going to say it gets him ready to be, you know, star ready. But I will say that it gets him in a position to get acclimated to the NBA. It gets him in a position to be able to produce when KP is fully back, fully healthy. You know what I mean? Because it's gonna be a while before KP is fully healthy. We all know that. You know what I mean? We can't expect KP to come back right after the injury. If he comes back in December, January, something like that, and come back and boom right away, be ready to ball. You know, it's gonna take a while for him to get into NBA shape. You know, and look, that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. You know, we let the guy develop. You know what I mean? We let the guy not develop. You know, we let the guy get back in shape. We let him get ready to ball. You know, I don't know. You know, Kevin Knox. Some people, I guess with Kevin Knox, it's like you're either going to be, you're swinging for the fences, right? You're swinging for the fences. He's going to be really, really good, or maybe he's going to be a bust. And so then you got to look and you got to say, are we in position to take that chance? You know, if you're already a good team, if you're already a really good team, I think you're in a better position to take that chance. if you're not a good team, this draft pick, and we're not a good team, obviously, this draft pick means so much more to the Knicks than it does to so many other teams, because we've baffled on so many draft picks. We've given away so many draft picks. We're so lax. I don't want to say lax. We don't have a lot of talent. We don't have a lot of talent. So that means that we got to nail it, because we need this draft pick now. That doesn't mean to say that, that's not to say that we don't have draft picks in the future. But we don't want to play this game where every single season we're depending on a draft pick, and then that draft pick just, and then we're back in the same situation. Nobody. We're New York Knicks fans, so we're gonna always support the Knicks. And excuse me while I'm, trying to get some things ready here. We're always going to be there to support the team, but you can't keep pulling our tail. You know what I'm saying? You just can't keep pulling our tail. At some point, you got to start to win. You know what I mean? And for a lot of New York Knicks fans, obviously, they want to win now. You know what I'm saying? They're tired of years and years and years of just losing. You know what I mean? And I get it, because I've been here. I've been a Knicks fan forever, and we've been losing forever. And I'm tired of losing. You know what I mean? I'm tired of losing. But I do understand that we've got to build the right way. You know what I mean? We got to build the right way. If we don't build the right way, then we'll continue to lose, and we'll continue to be in the draft. Some of that is going to be taking chances. Some of that is going to be obviously making sure we draft correctly, draft smartly. That's not always drafting safe. You know what I mean? And in my opinion, drafting Kevin Knox is not going to be the safe pick. But if you look at him, if you're Scott Perry, if you're Steve Mills, and you're looking at him and you're like, this kid is gonna be magnificent. This kid is and you really think this guy has the talent, then I think you got to go for it. You know what I mean? You got to go for it. If you really have that gut feeling about him. I've seen a little bit of him, and he's talented. He's thin right now, obviously, but he's a small guy. Can he be the next KD type of guy? Can he be Jason Tatum? All right. I looked at an article earlier today, and it said that he's, John Calipari kind of likened him to Jason Tatum. Can he be that Jason Tatum type of guy? And what I'm doing right now, guys, I'm trying to get this Skype back going. I don't know. I had some problems with it earlier. Now I'm logged out, and now I'm trying to get back into it and get it up and popping again, because I want to make sure I get some calls in from you guys. If that don't happen, I might have to take another route tonight. We'll see what's up. But I see you guys asking me who's my pick, and I'm gonna reveal who I think my pick is, who I think the Knicks are gonna go with. But I do want to continue to talk about Kevin Knox. I know some of you guys. I see some people really, really, really do not want Kevin Knox. A lot of people really think that he is a bust. And I'd like to know, what makes you think that he's a bust? What have you seen that makes you think that he's a bust? I don't know if the kid is going to be a bust or not a bust. I can't say. It's hard to say. A poor man's Jason Tatum. That's 3-0. You say poor man's Jason Tatum. Maybe you're right. Maybe he is a poor man's Jason Tatum. But how do we know what a poor man's Jason Tatum is if Jason Tatum has only been in the league for 1 year? How do we know what a poor man's Jason Tatum is? You know, Jason Tatum, and I doubt that this is the case, but Jason Tatum, he could right now, this could be his ceiling. And it's not. I know it's not. I'm just saying, in theory, right? This could be his ceiling in theory. You know, I don't know. I don't know. Not sure what to think about him. Big shout out to Siobhan Robinson. He said, I didn't know Knox can shoot. I'm sold on him. Okay. Robert Perez says, yes, Knox can fit like a glove. Philip Reed, he said, I think more important than the player we choose is the player development. If we develop whoever we choose the right way, he'll be good. I agree. But you've also got to have some talent, right? You can't just assume that you're going to choose. I mean, you got to choose a player that has some skill there to be able to develop. You know, if you don't, then you can forget about it. You know, you got to choose a player that has some skill to be able to develop in order for your developmental team to, have some tools to work with. So you can't just pick anyone and then say, okay, this guy's ready to go. You know, we're going to develop this player. You got to pick someone that has some tools. You know, and I'm not saying that Jason Tatum doesn't have tools. I believe that he has tools. He definitely has tools. Okay. You know, I'm just saying, you know, you got to, you got to pick somebody who has tools more than just, we're going to pick, we're going to pick someone and then develop them. But I do agree. You've got to have, your developmental team has got to go to work. You know what I mean? Your developmental team has got to go to work. You know, and if your developmental team can go to work, and I got somebody blowing up my phone right now. I don't even know why. It's this Knicks group chat that I'm in. They're having a large conversation right now. But anyway, I'm going to give you guys, I believe, and maybe I'm not. While I'm doing this, man, I'm trying to get this Skype thing going. You know what I mean? Trying to get this Skype back up and popping because it went down for me. So I'm trying to get it back up and going. And I'm having a hard time with it. Elton Wilson, you say Knox is slow. I don't know. I think that Knox has a lot of ability, and I think he has a lot of talent. And listen, I do not doubt John Calipari. You know, John Calipari, I believe, is a great recruiter, and he, which is evident, right? It's evident that he is a great recruiter, which is the reason why he's able to bring in, so many players. You know what I mean? He's always bringing in players. I think that, I don't know. I think that John Calipari is, I don't know if he's right on the money, but I trust what he says about Kevin Knox. Now, I'm going to bring this up because I want you to look at this, and maybe some of you guys seen it, maybe you didn't. But it just talks about him and the Knicks and how much interest the Knicks actually have in the kid. All right. Apparently, and this is coming from Kevin Knox's father, apparently Steve Mills, not too long ago, gave Kevin Knox's father a phone call. A follow-up phone call to their workout, right? And asking him about how they would feel with him being in New York, among other things. And I'm gonna bring this on over here for you right now. So, signs Knicks are serious about Kevin Knox after an impressive workout. And this is just a couple of days ago. Kevin Knox Sr., Knox's father and manager, told the Post he believes the Knicks are considering taking his son with the 9th pick in Thursday's draft. According to an NBA source, Knox got the better of Miles Bridges, another projected lottery pick. He had a terrific workout, even kicked around Miles Bridges, said the NBA source. According to Knox's father, he says, you never know, but I was thinking, why would management call again to chat it up for 20 minutes about a potential client? We talked about the roster, what a perfect fit he would be. That's what Scott Perry talked about. He says, and it sounds like for Knox, the Knicks are his preference. Right? He says, an opportunity in New York, we're excited about it. He said, there would be nice young building blocks with my son, Kristaps Porzingis, Frank Ntilikina, Tim Hardaway. He mentions Emmanuel Mudiay. And as Cantor, he said they could be the Boston Celtics one day. This is interesting. I think this is very interesting. And this draft, though, it really is one of a kind, because nobody has an idea of who's going to draft who. No one has an idea of who's going to draft who, and it is a weird draft. I think it's a weird draft. Definitely is, and I'm excited to be going though. I can tell you that. I'll be at the draft. I'll be broadcasting from the draft. You know what I mean? Hopefully, being live doesn't, broadcasting live. I don't get in any trouble or anything like that. But I'm excited to go because I think this is going to be, this is going to be a different draft, and I think anything can happen in this draft. I really do. I think anything can happen in this draft, and I want you to. I'm about to put this up. Hopefully, this works. Okay, I'm gonna put this up on the screen in the live scroll, because I don't know. I've had some issue with Skype, so I'm putting this up. I want you guys to, if you want to call in. See if you can call in through this number here so we can talk for a minute. And if this doesn't work, then we may need to. I may need to go through another route. So if you look at the bottom of the screen, you can see it scrolling. It says info_791957. All right. Try to give me a call there and let me know if it comes through. If you don't do that, search up Simeon Russell. I don't know what's going on with my Skype account right now. So you try to give me a call there and let's see what happens. All right, let's see if it works. Hopefully it works. Okay. And obviously I'll find out from you guys if it's working or if it is not working. All right, and if not, then we'll have to, go on with it as it is. You know what I mean? Because I want to hear what you guys think about Kevin Knox. I'm reading what you guys think about Kevin Knox. I want to hear what you guys think about Kevin Knox. You know what I mean? All right. So it looks like we got something going on here. I got Craig. What's poppin', man? Can you hear me? My man Craig? Craig, you there? Maybe Craig's not there. All right. Not sure what happened there. Asim, give me a call back. Oh. Rhino, can you hear me? Still having some problems with it. Still having problems with the Skype, man. Not sure what's going on. Not sure what's happening, what's going on. So we're just going to keep on going with it. And you know, I'll keep on talking. If we can get it popping, we can get it popping. I don't know what's going on. We're having some issues. Having some issues here. You know what I mean? But, so that's Kevin Knox. You know what I'm saying? That's what that's what's going on with the deal with Kevin Knox. And we'll see if that's the Knicks pick. Maybe, may not be. I don't know. May not be. But let's get on and let's talk about Kyrie, Kawhi, KP, and Frank. Is this something that is possible? Is it something that you even want? Listen, I'm not the type of person. Dwight, you said, did I hear that Philly wants to move up one spot in the draft? They want to trade with us. I did not hear that. But let's say this, and I'll get to KP, Kawhi, and the Triple K crew in a minute. If the Knicks really are interested in drafting Kevin Knox, should they move down? Should they try to move down in the draft? If they're interested in drafting Kevin Knox, should they try to move down in the draft? Because, look, you might be able to get Knox at 10, 11, 12. Do you look to move down so you can gain more assets? You know, I think that might be... That's an ideal situation if you're really sold on Kevin Knox. If you're really sold on Kevin Knox, try to move down in the draft. That's what I think. Try to move down in the draft. Right? You say Knox is going top 10. So you don't think, Chris Carby, you say Knox is going top 10. So you don't think that we can get Knox at 10? Trade with Philadelphia, get Knox at 10? Gain another asset in the gain another asset by trading down. I don't know. That may be an ideal situation for the Knicks. I see somebody mentioning the Clippers. Will Knox really drop to 12 and 13? I mean, listen, I seen somewhere, I don't know, maybe I seen it on Twitter. Somebody said something about the possibility of the Knicks trading down, and maybe it was an article, trading down. Oh, actually, it was somebody's mock draft. Trading down with the Clippers for 12 and 13. The Clippers move up to 9 so that they can get Colin Sexton or something like that, or someone. And then the Knicks would get Lonnie Walker and Kevin Knox. How would you feel about Lonnie Walker and Kevin Knox? You know, how would you feel about that? If the Knicks were able to pull off Lonnie Walker and Kevin Knox. I mean, that would be, listen, that'd be a haul for me. I'd be happy. I'm not going to lie about it. I'd be happy. If the Knicks can find a way to pull off Lonnie Walker and Kevin Knox, I would definitely be happy. You know what I mean? I'd definitely be happy. I mean, that, you know, that's two young guys that you can start to build around. Really. You can really start to build around those guys. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't want to say build around. You got KP, you got Frank. You can add those two guys. I mean, that's the future. That's the future. You know what I mean? If we could Yes, that would be a steal with 12 and 13. If there's a possibility that we can move down to 12 and 13, get Knox and Lonnie Walker, I'm doing it all day long. Would the Clippers do it? I don't know. I don't know if the Clippers do that. You know what I mean? We talked about it before. We talked about it a few times. I just don't think that the Clippers. I don't think the Clippers trade down or trade up to 9. Not with both of those draft picks. That seems like a lot to me. Unless they are really, really sold on whoever it is. They're really, really sold on that person. You know what I'm saying? That's just a lot. That's a lot. That's a whole lot to me. You know, but if the Knicks could get that done, I think you do it all day long. I think that's the only smart thing to do. You know what I mean? If it's possible for the Knicks, if the Knicks really want Knox, and it's possible for them to trade down, and even if they get a draft pick that's lower than 12 and 13, you know what I mean? They trade down. They trade down so that they can pick up a draft, maybe a lower draft pick. I don't even know who they trade with. You know what I mean? But they trade down so that they can get Kevin Knox at a lower slot and then pick up another player and then still have a second round draft pick. That is ideal to me. That is exactly what I would like to see the Knicks do. If it's possible. I hope Scott Perry is working the phones. Payback Carter, you said, I'll give them to Tim Hardaway Jr. Sam, I ain't gonna lie. What do you say? I ain't gonna lie just because he's not a Scott Perry guy. Listen, I've had plenty of conversations about Tim Hardaway Jr. and what I think about Tim Hardaway Jr. I think that, I'm not the biggest fan of Tim Hardaway Jr. That's no secret. I'm not the biggest fan. I would like to see Tim Hardaway Jr. do well. I'm anxious to see how Scott Perry, how David Fizdale, if David Fizdale is able to inspire Tim Hardaway Jr. or do the same thing that Budenholzer did with Tim Hardaway Jr. You know what I mean? Because, and maybe Fizdale is the guy that really helps to elevate Tim Hardaway Jr.'s game. You can't take no shortcut. You can't take no shorts with Tim Hardaway Jr. You just can't. You can't take shorts with him. And listen, I'm sorry that I'm having problems with Skype, guys. I'm gonna make sure I get it fixed or get a new system. I apologize with it. But again, back to Tim Hardaway Jr. You can't take shorts with Tim Hardaway Jr. He's not that kind of player. You've got to be on him. In my opinion, you got to ride him. You got to be disciplined with him. You know what I'm saying? Because if not, he's going to get out of control. I think he's the kind of player you've got to stay disciplined with Tim Hardaway Jr. Maybe there's sometimes here and there where you let Tim Hardaway Jr. just do his thing, right? But for the most part, I think you've got to just stay disciplined and be on him. And when he does things that you do not want him to do, you take him out the game and you let him know why you took him out the game. I think that's the way to address and to work with Tim Hardaway Jr. because he gets out of control. Right? He gets out of control and you have to rein him in. You got to rein him in. He gets out of control, you rein him in, you bring him back. Bring him back in control. And I hope that Fizdale is the guy that can do that with Tim Hardaway Jr. You know what I mean? If he is the guy that can do that with Tim Hardaway Jr., then maybe we see a Tim Hardaway Jr. this year that really turns the corner. Listen, in my opinion, all that Tim Hardaway needs to do is, one, play better defense. We know that. You know, he needs to play better defense, and I also think that he needs to have a better shot selection. He's got to have a better shot selection. You know, his shot selection is sometimes terrible. You know what I mean? Sometimes terrible. So he's got to work on his shot selection, and I'm hoping that that's what Fizdale can help him with. You know, if and he gets emotional though, right? He's kind of brattish. He's like a brat. He is. He's like a brat, and that really gets on my nerves. You know, he's a grown man, but he acts like a brat sometimes, and I think that he needs to be humbled a little bit, like he was when he went down, when he was sent down to the G League. He was humbled. He was humbled. I think he needs to be humbled again. Anthony Williams, you know what? I agree with you. I think Tim Hardaway Jr. has some tools. I think he needs to understand how to use his tools. You know, he's got to understand how to use his tools. I don't think he fully understands how to use his tools. But he does have a lot of tools. You know, and he has a lot of tools. He has the right body. And CP, the artist I did see earlier, you said that he was playing out of position for most of the year, and you're exactly right. That's another thing that makes me, it intrigues me with what David Fizdale can do to help Tim Hardaway Jr., because he was playing out of position, and his natural position is a shooting guard. Right, that's his natural position, and if Fizdale can get him back in his natural position, which is the importance to me of getting a three-man in this draft, a long three that pushes Tim Hardaway Jr. back to his natural position, along with the discipline, maybe we can see a Tim Hardaway Jr. that really, really turns the corner. You know, that really turns the corner. That would be magnificent for me. You know what I mean? Because I want to be a fan of Tim Hardaway Jr. Let's not make that a mistake. I really do. I really do want to be a fan. He just makes it very hard. He makes it very hard to be a fan. You know what I mean? Just because of the way he plays sometimes, it irks me. It really does irk me, and it makes me upset. It makes me upset. You know, because I see his, I see his potential. I see his potential and things that he can do, but I don't know. You know, he gets me upset. You know what I mean? He gets me upset. Tim Hardaway Jr. If the Knicks traded Tim Hardaway Jr., listen, I wouldn't be mad. I'm not going to lie. I wouldn't be mad if they traded him. I don't think that they can trade him. I don't think he's going to be tradable, honestly. Not right now. Not with his contract. I think, if David Fizdale can get the most out of him, then maybe his contract becomes a little bit more tradable. $17 million a year for a guy who's shooting, under 45% from the field and barely 30% from the three. For a shooting guard, it doesn't look good when you're talking about wanting to trade him, if that's something that they really wanted to do. It doesn't look good. That's not something that, I don't know, that'd be a hard sell. That'd be a hard sell. But then if he comes back this year, if he comes back this year and he's able to really produce and Fizdale is able to get the most out of him, then the question is, well, do we want to trade the guy? Why do we want to trade him? If he can do the things that we need. I do think that you got to give Tim Hardaway Jr. another year, though, in my opinion, or at least half a year, whatever it is you want to give him. I think you got to. I think you do because He was playing out of position. You got a new coach. Who knows what his relationship was like with Jeff Hornacek? You know, I mean, I didn't hear anything. But who knows? You know, so I think you got to give him a chance. Give him a chance for this year to see if he can actually, you know, if he can pull something out that we didn't expect. You know, and David Fizdale can get him in shape. You know what I mean? Can get him in shape. We'll see. Listen, he works hard. He's got work ethic. He's learned a new work ethic. You know, as he said before, he eats better. I'd like to see him and Damian Dotson. I see somebody say I like D-Dot. Give him a go. Let D-Dot get out there and hoop. Listen, I really do like Dotson. He's got an NBA body. He can shoot the three. He does need to learn how to create his own shot a little bit better. Listen, last year I was excited to try to get him out on the floor. When Tim Hardaway got hurt, I was excited that he was getting a chance. I wasn't excited that Hardaway got hurt, but I was excited that Damian Dotson was getting a chance to ball. Right? But then he didn't come through. You know, he didn't come through, had to get sent back down to the G League, blah, 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 blah. You know, I think maybe he's going to be a little bit more comfortable. I would like to see him working with Tim Hardaway Jr. I'd like to see that. You know what I mean? If he can, you know, them guys they should be getting out there working together. You know, they should be out there working together, building their skill together, so they can make that. Look, Courtney Lee is going to be gone. I truly believe Courtney Lee is going to be gone before the season starts. You know what I mean? And it's going to be Hardaway and Dotson that's going to have to man that position. Maybe Hardaway, Dotson, and Frank that's going to have to man that position. And then we're going to clean out that glut at the point guard spot. You know, we're going to clean it out. And see what happens from there. You know what I mean? But I'm hoping that Tim Hardaway, that David Fizdale can bring something out of Tim Hardaway that we haven't seen, or help him take him to the next level. You know, help him take it to the next level. So let's get back to the KP, Kawhi, Kyrie, and Frank. And if you draft Kevin Knox, then you got Kevin Knox in there too. You know, it'd be like that's a special K crew. You know what I mean? You know, special K crew. Can that happen? I don't know. Look, I'm not going crazy and selling the farm for Kawhi Leonard. I'm sorry. I know there's a lot of Kawhi Leonard fans out there, right? I'm asking, can it happen? Because I like to get you guys' perspective, but I'm not selling the farm for Kawhi Leonard. I know people say he's a top 5 player in the league. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. I don't know. But I'm not selling the farm for him. There are people out there right now that believe that by 2019, we can actually have KP, Kawhi, Kyrie, and Frank all on the same team. Would that be amazing? Maybe it would. Not going to lie to you. Maybe it would. Will it? Is it realistic that it's going to happen? Probably not. It's probably not realistic. You know, getting Kawhi Leonard would be expensive, without a doubt. It would be expensive. You know, Kawhi. You know, Kawhi is his contract. You know, just looking at Kawhi's contract. Take a look at his contract. You take a look at Kawhi's contract. Because in order to bring Kawhi in, you know, we'd have to do some serious things. And of course, listen, San Antonio's not going to just throw. They're not going to do anything, right? You know who San Antonio is. They're not going to do anything, all right? Kawhi Leonard, now, he makes $18 million this year. $20 million to 2018, 2019. 21 million with a player option in 2019, 2020, which, listen, he's going to opt out in 2018, 2019. Right? He's going to opt out so that he can, make a whole lot more money going forward. So he's going to opt out. You'd have to get that. And that's the scary part, because he has one more year before he can even think about opting out. So maybe he does play for you for 1 year, right? But then in 2019, 2020, he decides, I'm not going to play for you anymore. And now you've given up assets so that you can bring him in. Listen, if I'm trading for Kawhi Leonard in 2018, for 2018, 2019, if I'm trading for him, he's got to agree to an extension. Not, I'm going to opt out and then re-sign with you. No, because when you opt out, I don't care if you had a handshake deal. I don't care if you gave your word. The word is not on pen and paper. Handshake deal is not on pen and paper. And when he gets to that 2018, 2019, he can decide, he can change his mind and opt out and be gone. Right? If I'm the Knicks, if I'm trading for Kawhi Leonard, I need an extension. I need to be guaranteed that he's going to sign an extension. You know what I'm saying? An extension. Because if not, and he decides to opt out, then listen, you know what, Fritz? You're right. He would be stupid to do an extension, which means that it's not a match made in heaven for the Knicks, in my opinion. Because you're right. He would not. He would be out of his mind to sign an extension. You're exactly right. You're exactly right. He'd be out of his mind to sign an extension because he can make so much more money by opting out, which to me says it's not a good fit for the Knicks right now. And I know a lot of people will disagree with me. That's cool. I can get it. I get it. But I just don't think it's it's not good for the Knicks right now then. It's just not good for the Knicks because his extension, if he opts out and then we got to sign him back, oh, geez. He's gonna demand so much money. He's gonna demand a lot of money. And are we gonna be in position to pay him? I don't know. Maybe we are, maybe we're not. It's hard to say. It would definitely be hard to say. I don't know. And then talking about Kyrie, listen, there is a lot out there saying that Kyrie, it is something that seems to be very strong, that Kyrie can be in New York in 2019. You know what I mean? So maybe you're talking about Kyrie, KP, and Frank. And I'm talking about signing to the New York Knicks. I'm not talking about being traded to the Knicks. And of course, the only thing that comes up, the reason why it comes up about Kawhi and the Knicks is because he was mentioned as, his team would like him to be in New York. And look, the Knicks name could be in there just to get the attention. It always happens. You know what I mean? It always happens. I agree. Send him to LA. Let him go to LA. You know what I mean? Go to LA. We continue on the path that we're moving. I think that's probably going to be the best move for us. That's, to me, that's just the best thing to do. The best thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Let him go to LA. I don't know. Are you the Knicks? I'm going to ask you guys. If you're the Knicks, are you making a push to get Kyrie? Is that something that you want to do? Do you want to make a push to get, do you want to make a push to get Kawhi Leonard? So I'm asking you, I don't know if I make a push. Look, No, I don't know. I don't make a push. I'm not making a push to get Kawhi Leonard. Do you think we should make a push to get Kawhi Leonard? And if so, what do we give up? I seen somebody say Tim Hardaway Jr. And someone else. Lance Thomas. I don't think that San Antonio wants Tim Hardaway Jr. Maybe they would want Lance Thomas. I don't think they want Tim Hardaway Jr. You guys say no. Carry 420, you say yes. Most people say no. Some people say only during free agency. He's probably going to be a free agent in 2019. And yeah, maybe you try to make something work in 2019. Maybe in 2019, you try to free up enough money so that you can make a play for both Kyrie and Kawhi Leonard. Maybe that's something that you do. Maybe that's something that you do. But I do not think you make a push for him. You don't make a push for him, in my opinion. You just don't. You don't make a push for him. You don't make a push for him. Now, Kyrie in 2019 is a legitimate, and excuse me again for, checking this out. I'm just, still trying to get you guys in there, man. I don't know if it's going to happen, but if it doesn't happen, next time I'll make sure it's on point. Well, the next show I'm going to be at the draft. So, that's it. And, I'll be broadcasting from the draft. So in 2019, Kyrie only. Joey, you say Kyrie only. So in 2019, you say we try to angle to get Kyrie. Listen, Kyrie is going to get paid in 2019. You know what I'm saying? He's going to get paid in 2019. Do we want to pay Kyrie in 2019? Do we want to pay Kyrie what he's going to make in 2019? In 2019, when Kyrie is a free agent, and listen, if Kyrie didn't have knee problems, if he didn't have some of his injury issues, right? Then, yeah, I'd be all for it. But Kyrie this year, I'm going to bring this on over here so you guys can look at it. Kyrie this year, 2017, 2018, Kyrie made $18.8 million a year. Basically $19 million a year. 2018, 2019, $20 million. 2019, 2020, $21 million. For Kyrie Irving, you know what? It's not too bad. It's not too bad. After this year, when he opts out in 2018, 2019, his max is like $40 million. Or somewhere around there. Does Kyrie get the max? Will Kyrie get the max? And do you want to pay Kyrie the max? It's another question. Do you want to pay Kyrie the max? I don't know. I'm gonna just tell you honestly, the whole KP, Kawhi, Kyrie, Frank, I don't think it's ever going to be possible, and I don't think it's going to happen with the New York Knicks. Maybe Kyrie, maybe one of the two, possibly one of the two. Yeah, Kyrie's max contract, MH, is serious. It is a serious max contract. Of course, it doesn't mean that he's going to get the max, right? Surely doesn't mean he's going to get the max. He could, maybe he gets a little bit less than the max. Does he give a hometown discount? I don't know. If it were me, knowing my injury history, I don't think I'd be giving a hometown discount or any kind of discount to anyone because, already I'm gonna want to get my money because I know that I have injury problems, so I want to get as much money as I can right now. So I don't think that Kyrie I don't think that Kyrie takes a hometown discount, or discount to play for the Knicks. Listen, or I guess you can say this: if there's some kind of something really brewing, maybe if there's something brewing, with the Knicks and a group of players that could possibly get together and play for the Knicks. Maybe there's something brewing. Maybe he talks about it then. But for the most part, I don't think it happens. I don't think it happens. So I don't think there's going to be a KP, Kawhi, Kyrie, Frank pairing in New York. As a matter of fact, if you're talking about a Kawhi or Kyrie coming, and if it happens through trade, then Frank may be the culprit. And I hate to say it, but it's true that Frank could be that culprit. You know what I mean? And that would be, that could be the wrong move. I don't know. Some people would say it's the right move if you're getting Kawhi Leonard. Maybe it is. Okay, so I don't know. It's tough. I don't believe in Kawhi Leonard as most people do. I look at his career arc. You guys heard me say it plenty of times. I look at his career arc and kind of think of Danny Granger. And I know at his peak, he is much better than Danny Granger. I do get that. But I still look at a similar type of career arc. And we don't know if Kawhi is going to come back and be the same top 5 NBA player when he comes back. You know what I mean? Kawhi hasn't played basketball in how long? How long has it been since Kawhi Leonard has played basketball? Almost a year or more, right? I mean, he had a couple of, little stints where he came back and did this and did that, but nothing sustainable. So, he's got to come back and be in shape. And you got to see, is he in shape? Ismail Hernandez, you said, Sim, would you take the 4th pick and Parsons for Tim Hardaway Jr., Lance Thomas, and pick 36, even if it meant we can't get players in 2019? Would I take the 4th pick in Parsons? And then we give up our bid for free agency in 2019? I don't think so. I don't know. Because Chandler Parsons is not good, and we'd be paying him $24 million a year or whatever he's getting, and then we give up our chances to be players in the 2019 free agency. The player that we'd have to draft would need to be obviously, we'd have to really believe that this player is going to be a super player. You know what I mean? And that this player is going to be a future Hall of Famer. You know what I mean? And if if we don't think this guy's going to be a future Hall of Famer, or if we're not getting a future Hall of Famer, then we're giving up cap space to possibly get a Hall of Fame player. I don't know. I don't think I'd do it. You know what I mean? I don't think I'd do it. Just don't. I just don't like. Chandler Parsons' contract. It's too much for me. It's too much for me. You know what I mean? Too much for me. But, and listen, it's a little bit of a shorter. This is a little bit of a shorter podcast obviously, because it's a little bit shorter because I don't have calls coming in, so it's a little bit shorter, and I apologize for that. I regret that. But I do want to get on and talk about your predictions, the fan draft predictions. What is your prediction? You know what I'm saying? Who do you think that we are going to draft this year? Now, of course, you're going to have to tell me through the chat. And I'm actually going to do a small video to tell you who I think we're going to draft. You know what I mean? I'm going to do a small video and put that out tomorrow and let you know who I think we're going to draft. So look for that sometime tomorrow. So yeah, I'm gonna leave you guys hanging. Sorry, I apologize for that, but I'm gonna leave you hanging, and I'm gonna put out a video tomorrow to say who I think we're going to draft. Isaiah Hall, you say Knox. Elton Wilson, you say Lonnie Walker. Hans, you say the Knicks draft Mikal Bridges. CP the Artist, you say the salary cap is $101 million to sign one max free agent. Oh, well, you're not saying who you think we're gonna draft. EDP's dad says Mikal or Knox. Well, who else we got there? Knox. Now, me and son, you pass. So you're not drafting anybody. Joe White, or you just don't know. Okay. Joe White, you say Wendell Carter. Hey, there's a lot of different opinions out here. And this is an example, a straight-on example of why the draft is so unpredictable right now. You see, so many people have so many different ideas of who we should draft and who we're going to draft and where we're going to, or if we're going to trade down or whatever it is. It's so unpredictable right now. We don't know what's going to happen in this draft. And listen, that's cool. I like that. I like the suspense. I like the suspense. And it also means that there's a lot of talent in the draft, and a lot of people believe that you're going to be able to get players deep into this draft. So to me, that is very that's exciting. It's fun. It's fun. Oh, you said pass on my video. Okay, I got you. That's okay. I got you. Know what I mean, son. That's the foulness though. But all right, that's cool. I'm with you. Somebody asked me, am I going to stream from the draft? Well, obviously I can't stream the whole draft. But I will stream the pick. When we're getting ready to pick, I will stream the pick. And I don't want to get into any kind of trouble if I try to stream the whole thing. So I'll stream the pick. And I will any other moves, I'll stream from there. I'm also going to, probably head on over to, I'm still mapping out the day, but I'll probably head on over to Clyde's afterwards, and I'll probably stream from Clyde's. We got some things that's planned for it. You know what I mean? Got some things that's planned for it. Tony Crow, what's popping, Tony Crow, man? Yeah, I wish I could get you on the line. I couldn't get you on the line tonight. I apologize about that. I apologize to everyone that I can't get you on the line. Quality is a big thing for me, so I get upset when I don't have my stuff right. But I can only blame myself. You know what I mean? Tony Crow, you said, Sim, if we trade for Parsons, can we sign 2 max players in 2020 or trade him or Noah as an expiring contract? 2020 would be the year. What I'm not even sure what free agency looks like in 2020. Who's going to be a free agent? What that free agent group is going to look like. I understand what you're saying. right? You trade him, and I got so I'm assuming that Chandler Parsons' contract comes off the books in 2020, right? So let's check this out. Let's see. We're gonna check out Chandler Parsons. Chandler Parsons. He comes off the books in 2020. He makes 23 million. He made 23 million this year. 24 million in 2018, 2019. 25 million in 2019, 2020. So then he'd come off the books in 2019, 2020. Listen, in 2019, 2020. So see, this is the thing. In order to get Chandler Parsons, does he really open up anything else for 2019, 2020? Because if you're gonna get Chandler Parsons, that means you got to trade salary back, unless that salary is Cantor, who comes off the books in 2019, 2020. Then we'd be picking up another. We'd be picking up another year. I mean, I don't know if we free up any more money besides the fact that his contract is a little bit more than Cantor. I don't know if we really free up any more money in 2019, 2020. Besides the fact that, we don't have a lot of people signed for 2020, right? At the end of 2019, 2020, we are, and I'm going to pull this up here, our cupboard is almost bare. Now, of course, we got to re-sign KP. But when you look at 2019, 2020, right now we have $59 million on the books for 2019, 2020 at the end of 2020, right? And you're talking about the salary cap at that point being like, what, at 105 million or whatever it is. I don't know. So we'd have a lot of money to spend. Right, we would have a lot of money to spend that year. Of course, we would have to re-sign Porzingis. We're not going to have him at this $7 million. He's going to be way more than that. So we'd have to re-sign Porzingis. Emmanuel Mudiay will probably be gone. Frank Ntilikina has a team option. We'd most likely pick up his team option for the next 2 years. And then, he'd have a qualifying offer in 21, 22. So look, in 2020, we've got a lot of money that's going to be free. It is possible. I guess it is possible. Tony Crow is definitely possible. That could be a strategy. I hadn't really looked at it that way. We'll see. New York Knicks fans, it's going to be a very interesting draft. I'm excited for the draft. I think we need to nail it the way we nailed KP, and some may say otherwise, but I think we nailed it with Frank as well. Shout out to Phil Jackson for that. You know what I mean? Rafi, I see you up there. You say, Sim, Hawks are looking to trade up with their 19th and 30th pick. Would you do this for the 9th and try to get the 14th from Denver? I don't know if we can really get that 14th from Denver. I don't know if we have the contract ability to do it right now. Cantor said he's not, from what I understand, he's not going to announce whether or not he's going to opt out until after the draft, which is a problem, right? Because then, so basically we have to draft assuming that he's going to opt in. Because if you enter the draft assuming that he's going to opt out, then you could possibly trade him, So it's I don't know how we get that 14th pick, but would I trade for the 19th and 30th pick? I don't know. I guess it depends on how much they value the talent there and how much they value the talent at the 9th pick. You know, I seen someone ask how much it costs to go to the draft. I paid. I mean, I could have paid upwards of $250 for a ticket. I chose not to. I got a 200 level seat. I paid $60 for my ticket. Not bad. So hopefully, when I'm streaming, we can get a good shot in. While I'm streaming, and I'll be. And what I may do is I may go live. I may be live and just get some commentary, and just talk about some things and have a conversation with everyone while we're on the draft, and then of course, and show bits and pieces here and there. You know what I mean? We'll figure it out, but I'm definitely going to be on live, and it's going to be a good stream. We're going to have a good time, and we're going to make the right pick. We're setting our future up right now to move forward. We're going to do it. We're going to make the right pick. We're going to make it happen. We're going to make it pop. I believe it. I believe in Scott Perry and the crew. You know what I mean? Believe in Scott Perry and the crew. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, New York Knicks fans, and New York Knicks faithful, I'm going to log off. But look forward to a video coming tomorrow that's going to announce who I think we are going to draft. And Ralph Unreal, I apologize, no callers. I'm having some issues with my Skype, but I can guarantee you my next stream after the draft will have some callers. Obviously, at the draft, we really won't be able to have callers because I'll be live from my phone. You know what I mean? So I do apologize to everyone because the whole purpose of having this forum is so that you all, myself included, obviously, because I'm a Knicks fan, but so that Knicks fans can have a way to express themselves. You know what I mean? So I apologize. I apologize for it, but it's cool. And I might jump on tomorrow for a little bit, even if it's late, just to make up for it, because I will have it fixed by tomorrow. I promise you that. So I might jump on just a little bit, maybe sometime during the day, anything like that. When I'm ready to get this video out, I might jump on and just play it live for us. We'll see. Ralph Unreal, you know what? I thought about it. I got you, Ralph Unreal. I got you. For real, I do. I got you. So I may jump on tomorrow for a little bit. I mean, just so I can get some callers in. It may be late. We'll see. I can't say exactly, because it's a little bit out of my schedule. If you see a notification pop up, we on and popping. All right. But again, I apologize that I wasn't able to get on tonight. I will definitely see you at the draft. I will definitely have a video out to tell you who I think we're going to draft. And I may try to get on just to give everyone a last chance to get a word in. As a matter of fact, if I do get on tomorrow, it's going to be all for the callers. All for you guys to get your words in. You know what I mean? But I'm logging off. I will definitely talk to you guys very soon. Look out for that video tomorrow, and you're gonna catch me live from the draft. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna make it happen. We're gonna make it happen this year. It's gonna happen. We're gonna make the right pick. We're picking someone for the future. Trusting our boys. Oh, here we go. I'm sorry. Before I leave, Rafi, I'm glad you reminded me. So this is what I'm doing, right? Back a long time ago, when I left Albany. I was a DJ when I was there, and you guys probably see the music stuff behind me. I do, I still do some production for local artists, and then as a freelancer, sometimes I do different things. You know what I mean? And that sometimes involves music or just editing for people and stuff like that. But anyway, when I left about $3,000 worth of records in New York with my mother, right? My mother sold my records. It's unbelievable. It was painful. She sold my records. Listen, out of college, in college, I used my student loan money to purchase speakers, turntables, amps, everything. And I started DJing because I love it. Started DJing in local clubs and things like that. When I moved, my plan was to move all my stuff down here to Baltimore and DC and pick it back up. I go back home to pick up my records. She sold them all. And it hurt me. I never got back into DJing because here in Baltimore and DC, the music is mad different. When I first moved to Baltimore and everybody was really into this whole club thing, Baltimore club music. It's all right. It's cool. You know what I mean? But it wasn't my thing. It's not what I do. You know what I mean? And then in DC, everything is go-go. And it's cool, but it's not what I do. So I've done a few gigs here and there around there, but right now I really just focus on production, music video production, and doing different things like that. Work for local artists and stuff. But what I'm doing though, because I want to get my record collection back. Vinyl records though, it's easy for me to go out and get and download an MP3. You know what I mean? So I'm going to start a channel where I collect my vinyl records. You know what I mean? I just ordered the new Niger. I just ordered that vinyl. I ordered it on vinyl. And, I'm going to be going out and searching for vinyl records. At the same time, I'll review those records, what I thought about those albums, what those albums mean to me. And I'll also discuss new albums that are out. And we'll just have a conversation about hip-hop in general. You know what I mean? I got a couple guys that's going to be in my studio. And, we're going to kind of, just discuss hip-hop. Because, it's just something that we love. So, what I mean? Be on the lookout for that. And, once I get it up, I'm going to put the link up and ask you guys to subscribe to it if you're a hip-hop fan. And, just want to join in the conversation. Subscribe to it. And then, of course, when there's concerts and things like that, we can get out there and rock together. And listen, pretty soon I'm going to be getting some t-shirts made up for those who've been hitting me with super chats and stuff like that all along. I got you at no cost. I promise you that. All right, I got you, and it's happening really soon. And what I do is, certain people that's been faithfully, I'll just hit you up and tell have you give me your information. All right, but anyway, I'm out, and when I get that hip hop channel up, I want you guys, I'm gonna let you guys know. But I'm gone, and I'm going to check you guys. I'm gonna check you guys later, possibly tomorrow, but definitely at the draft. And I'm out, y'all. Peace. Holla at me on Twitter. Holla at me on Facebook. I'm gonna have the Skype up and running for the next time I'm on. And I'm out, y'all. Peace. Have a good one. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe below. Ring the bell. You get a notification anytime that I go live. I'll be back up and popping with the Skype or whatever it is for you, so that you can call into the show, so you can video into the show. You're going to catch me live from the draft. And I'm looking forward to it. New York Knicks, we about to do this thing here. Peace.